Hello, I'm Colleen Pearce. I'm the Victorian Public Advocate. This is a training tool for those people working with people of any age with a cognitive disability or a mental illness who are required to make a formal statement to Victoria Police. They may be an alleged offender, a victim or a witness. A cognitive disability includes an intellectual disability, an acquired brain injury or dementia. Mental illness includes depression, bipolar mood disorders and schizophrenia. Cognitive disabilities affect a person's ability to understand and process information. Research shows that people with a cognitive disability or a mental illness are overrepresented in the criminal justice system. This is in part due to the difficulties they may have in dealing with the system, not because they are any more likely to commit offences. It's therefore important that the rights of these vulnerable people are protected when they interact with the criminal justice system. The Office of the Public Advocate, sometimes called OPA, is an independent statutory body established by the Victorian Government. OPA, in conjunction with Victoria Police, established the Independent Third Person program in 1988. An independent third person, an ITP, provides support to people of any age with a cognitive disability or mental illness when making formal statements to police. This helps contribute to the fairness and integrity of the police investigation process. An ITP is a volunteer trained by OPA. ITPs help facilitate communication between police members and the person with a cognitive disability or a mental illness. They help ensure that the person understands their rights, is capable of exercising them, and that they understand the police interview procedures. Some of the challenges people with a cognitive disability or mental illness face may include having difficulty understanding complex issues, processing information quickly, understanding their legal rights, maintaining concentration for extended periods of time, responding to suggestive questioning, communicating with people in positions of authority. Police members are not expected to rely on a formal diagnosis, but if they observe that a person may have a cognitive disability or a mental illness, they are required to call an ITP. Victoria Police members can use a guide called the Ready Reckoner, prepared by OPA and Victoria Police to help them identify when a person appears to have a cognitive disability or a mental illness. The Ready Reckoner is available on the Victoria Police intranet. A person with a cognitive disability or a mental illness may be brought to a police station as an alleged offender, victim or witness to a criminal offence. The Victoria Police Manual states that an ITP must be called if an alleged offender, victim or witness has a cognitive disability or a mental illness. The following scenarios show a number of situations in which ITPs are utilised by Victoria Police. In our first scene, Louise is being interviewed in relation to an alleged assault. A local cafe owner reported that she saw Louise assault one of her employees.
I didn't do anything. I was just trying to eat my lunch.
It's okay. We just need to have a chat about what happened earlier.
Do anything. It was an accident.
Louise, as you were told earlier, you're not obliged to say or do anything, but anything you say or do may be given in evidence. Okay, please be patient. You've been arrested. We've brought you here to be interviewed. Okay? Because of what happened earlier at the cafe. Louise, I need to have a chat with Constable Jones. Just wait here. We'll be back in a minute, okay?
She's a bit highly strung.
Do you think she's on drugs?
We should look her up and see if she's flagged for a mental illness.
Okay. Louise, can we call someone for you? Is there someone you'd like to speak to?
Well, I'm supposed to be seeing my caseworker later this afternoon.
What sort of caseworker, Louise?
My mental health caseworker. But I'm taking my medication, I'm fine.
All right. We'll be back shortly.
So what do you think?
I think she has a mental illness.
Yeah.
Police members are required by the Victoria Police Manual to call an ITP when interviewing someone with a cognitive disability or mental illness. It's Victoria Police policy, and if you don't call an independent third person, you may bring criticism on yourself or the force. It may also jeopardise any future court proceedings or successful prosecution, resulting in costs. To recap, If police members need to interview someone of any age who appears to have a cognitive disability or a mental illness, they must call an ITP. Cognitive disability includes intellectual disability, acquired brain injury or dementia. ITPs are contacted through a call centre. Police members need to call 1300 791 189 to request the attendance of the ITP.
The ITP will be here in about 20 minutes, maybe a bit longer depending on traffic.
That's good. The ITP will help make sure Louise understands her rights. ITPs are volunteers from a range of backgrounds and age groups. They are available throughout Victoria on a roster system. Because ITPs have to leave from their home or workplace to get to the interview, police may need to be patient and allow them a reasonable amount of time to get to the police station. If the station is in rural or regional Victoria, the ITP may have to travel a long distance to get there.
Ray, this is the ITP, Phil.
G'day, Ray Pullen.
Right, Phil Nusky, how are you?
Yeah, good. Yeah, we're a little concerned about Louise.
Can you give me a little bit of background?
Yeah, well, we got a call from a cafe owner that she'd assaulted one of her staff.
Oh, right. Okay. How do you think she's feeling at the moment?
Very anxious.
Louise told us that she's got an appointment this afternoon with her mental health caseworker.
Right. Okay then. So, look, if I can have about 10 minutes with her and have a chat to her and just let her know why I'm here, and maybe I can give you some details of whether she's capable of proceeding with the interview.
Yep.
Okay.
Louise, sorry to startle you. How are you feeling?
Okay.
This is Phil.
Hello, Louise.
Phil's an independent third person from the Office of the Public Advocate. He's actually here to support you and make sure you understand the process when we interview you.
Okay.
Thanks, Councillor.
I'll be outside.
So,
I was just standing up to leave because the waitress was so rude to me.
that's okay, Louise. We're not here to talk about why you're at the police station. I'm here as an independent third person or an ITP. I don't work for the police. I'm here to help you understand the interview process while you're being interviewed by the police. Do you want some help with that?
Okay.
So, Louise, how are you feeling?
Okay.
Is there something I can get you? Some water?
Yeah.
Okay, I can ask the police to get you that if you like.
Okay, thanks. Look, I've got an appointment that I have to be at this afternoon.
Okay, is there somebody I can call for you?
Yeah, I want to call my stepsister.
Okay then. Well, you've got a right to make a phone call, so I'll check with the police if you can call your stepsister, okay?
The role of the ITP is to ensure that the person being interviewed understands their rights, the caution and the interview process. The ITP will spend some time with the person before the formal interview commences to confirm that the person understands what's going on, asking the person to repeat key concepts back in their own words. This pre-interview meeting may take about 10 to 15 minutes. After that, the ITP will provide feedback to the police about the person's level of understanding, pass on any requests and offer advice that may help them communicate with the person. If the ITP believes that the person does not understand their rights or is not in a fit condition to be interviewed, they will report this to police. The ITP may recommend that the police call the forensic medical officer, who can conduct a formal assessment of the person's capacity to be interviewed. If the interview proceeds against the express concerns of the ITP or forensic medical officer, the ITP will ask the police if they can state their opinion on tape during the interview. The ITP will also provide a general level of support to the person during the interview and may speak to the police about any immediate needs the person may have or express.
She's called her stepsister, which seems to have calmed her down a little bit. I believe she understands her rights, and I believe she's capable of understanding the caution as well.
Excellent. We'll proceed with the interview then.
Okay.
Liz, do you want to take this one?
Yeah, right.
Okay, just remember, take it slowly.
If I don't think she's understood something, what I'll do is help you out with that, if that's okay.
Yeah, thanks. Louise, you ready to start?
Yeah.
This is a recorded interview between Constable Jones and Louise Taylor, conducted at Fairview Police Station on 23rd of April 2009 at 2:35 p.m. Also present is my corroborator.
Bleeding Senior Constable Pullen, 41487.
And ITP.
Independent third person, Phil Nusky, from the Office of the Public Advocate.
Louise, do you agree that by my watch the time is 2:35 p.m?
Yes.
Can you state your full name and address?
Louise Natalie Taylor, 33 Main Street, Fairview.
Louise, I intend to interview you in relation to assault. Before continuing, I must inform you that you are not obliged to say or do anything, but anything you say or do may be given in evidence. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Can you tell me in your own words what this means?
I don't have to answer any of your questions if I don't want to.
And what will happen if you do answer?
It will go on tape.
And can you tell me what will happen with the tape?
It can go to court.
Phil, are you satisfied that Louise understands the caution?
Yes, I believe she does.
Louise, I must also inform you of the following rights. You may communicate with or attempt to communicate with a friend or relative to inform that person of your whereabouts. Now, you've spoken to your stepsister earlier and she was unable to attend the police station, right?
Yes.
Secondly, I must inform you you may communicate with or attempt to communicate with a legal practitioner.
All suspects have 4 basic rights when being interviewed by Victoria Police. The person in custody may communicate with or attempt to communicate with a friend or relative to inform that person of their whereabouts. Communicate with or attempt to communicate with a legal practitioner. If not a citizen or permanent resident of Australia, communicate with or attempt to communicate with the consular office of the country of which the person is a citizen. If under 18 years of age, speak to a parent or guardian or an independent person and have them present at the interview.
I don't want a legal practitioner.
Do you know what a legal practitioner is?
Yes, a lawyer that comes from legal aid, but I don't want anyone.
So do you understand these rights?
Yes.
Phil? Yep. Do you wish to exercise any of these rights?
No.
The following interview techniques will help the interview run more smoothly and most of all provide a just and fair process for the person being interviewed. Speak in plain English. Ask short, simple questions with one meaning. Don't use jargon. Avoid leading questions or questions requiring a choice between 2 answers. And don't try to trick the alleged offender into making contradictory or incriminating statements. These will probably be excluded in court. Be patient. Work with the ITP. Work through the order of events as they happen.
Now, Louise, we came to the Highlander Cafe earlier today where we met you. Is that right?
Yeah.
Why were you there?
It was lunchtime and I was getting something to eat.
Were you alone?
No, I was with a friend.
And what did you order for lunch?
Spaghetti.
And did you receive your order?
Yes, the waitress brought it to me.
Did you say or do anything?
She threw the plate down on the table. I called her rude under my breath.
And what happened next?
As I was getting out of the booth, I accidentally tripped and fell against the waitress, and the plate of food went everywhere and onto the waitress's uniform.
It's alleged by the waitress that you threw the plate at her.
I'm not sure if Louise understands the word alleged.
OK, Louise, what the waitress is saying is that you stood up, pushed her, then picked up the bowl of spaghetti and threw it at her.
That's not right. She's lying. It was an accident. My friend saw everything.
Who's your friend?
Ahmed.
And where's Ahmed now?
Well, he got scared when you came and left.
Louise was willing to give us Ahmed's contact details, so in order for us to conclude our investigation, we'll need to speak with Ahmed. Louise says Ahmed has a mental illness, a personality disorder. Because of his mental illness, we'll need to organise an ITP when we speak with Ahmed as well. Anyone with a cognitive disability or mental illness who gives a statement to police, whether it be alleged offender, a victim or a witness, must have an ITP present. We will have to alert the call centre that we will need a different ITP to fill to ensure there is no conflict of interest. Now have a look at our next scenario. Just wait here, Andrew. I'll just take these cuffs off. May just take a seat in that chair there. We'll be with you shortly, OK?
I know 16, but I'm not convinced he understood the caution rights I gave him earlier.
It's possible he's got a cognitive disability. Let's go have a talk with him.
Yeah.
How long do I have to be here?
Oh, I'm not sure yet, Andrew. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions? Where do you live, Andrew? Do you live with your parents?
No, I live in Gordon Street.
And who do you live with there?
I live with Jason, Jacob and Luca. Adam and Jill do cooking.
Do you go to school, Andrew?
Yeah.
What's the name of the school?
Finley Street Special School. Jason goes there too.
Mate, can you mind waiting here for a second? We'll be back shortly, okay? The Crimes Act states that an independent person must be present for an interview if the person is under 18 years of age. But because it seems that Andrew has a cognitive disability, we must call an independent third person who can act as the independent person. The Victoria Police Manual states that anyone with a cognitive disability or mental illness, regardless of age or the reason they are being interviewed or spoken to, must have an ITP present. So remember, if a person of whatever age and has a cognitive disability or mental illness has to make a formal statement to police, an ITP must be present. The ITP can also fulfil the legal requirement to have an independent person.
Victims with a cognitive disability or mental illness are unfortunately often the victims of sexual assaults. Sky is a young woman aged 24. She was picked up in a dishevelled state and taken to the police station. Sky has an acquired brain injury, or ABI, as a result of a car accident. As part of the police reporting process, Sky is now being spoken to by a member from the Sexual Offences and Child Abuse Unit, or SOCA, to make a formal statement about what happened. An ITP has been pre-arranged. ITPs are experienced when involved in the process of video and audio taping the evidence of victims of sexual assault, also known as the VATE process.
Hello, I'm Jenny. I'm the independent third person. Hello. I'm here today to make sure that you understand what's happening at the police station.
A guy I met at a friend's place tried to have sex with me. And I didn't want him to.
You okay? You feeling okay? Come in. Where you going?
Hi Sky, how are you doing?
Sky says she's ready to start the interview now. If I have any concerns about her understanding or her stress levels, would you mind if I indicate by raising my hand?
Sure. As you know, only a prescribed person can ask questions in a VATE interview, so that's a good idea.
Okay, thank you.
ITPs play a vital role in ensuring that people with a cognitive disability or a mental illness are not disadvantaged during the police interviewing process. ITPs are trained to help police members communicate with alleged offenders, witnesses and victims with a cognitive disability or a mental illness as effectively as possible. The ITP's role is not to provide legal advice to the person being interviewed, nor is it to interfere with the conduct of police matters. The phone number to call for an ITP is 1300 791 189. If you want to ensure that your evidence will not be compromised in a court, you must call an ITP whenever you speak to a person with a cognitive disability or a mental illness if they are an alleged offender, victim or witness, no matter what their age. So let's work together for justice for all.